Most of you are Sahajogis here. I think some new people have come, have they? Who else is there? Yeah, Suman is there. Yeah. Now those who have got realization, those who have felt the vibrations, must know that they are now developing into another being. The germination has started, and you must allow the germination to work out its own way. But normally, when we get realization also, we do not realize that it is a tremendous thing that has happened within us. That this triggering, which is an impossibility, has taken place within us, and it has to work out slowly. It has to develop and evolve us into that. And because we do not feel it, we do not take it that seriously as we should, our realization. Moreover, you are surrounded by people who have not felt the vibrations. They do not know this area. They have never seen it. As Guru Nanak has called it, it is alakha. They have not seen it. They don't know about it. They don't know there is a power of God that exists, which understands, coordinates, cooperates with you, which is working in the collective being, which makes you aware of that collective being and of others also. This alakha, or we can call it aparoksha, which is not seen by anyone, which no one knows about. They talk about it. They talk about kingdom of God. They talk about God's powers, divine power. It's all talk, 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 talk. But once you are triggered into it, you have to grow into it. Unless and until you grow into it, you will be dwarfed. Especially for people who have come from fake gurus and from false things that they have been following. They don't know how terrible these things are. Like you are in a crocodile, and suddenly you discover it's a crocodile. How fast you would run from that? But even the understanding that it is a crocodile and it is going to eat you off doesn't come up so easily. Are you going? All right. All right. So, bye-bye. And as I have told you, you tell your sister. You have to form the nucleus and you have to write to me about it. And that you have to work out very well there. All right? You tell her what I have told you about Ireland. All right. May God bless you. Bye. Jim, are you going to? All right. So this one doesn't realize also. As you do not realize that triggering, which is the most difficult thing, has happened to you. It is difficult. But it has happened to you. You know why it has happened. You take that one for granted, and also you take the devils for granted. At least don't take the devils for granted. Run away from them as soon as possible. Meditate, meditate, and try to establish yourself in the realm of divine love. I say it is divine love. You cannot understand what is divine love is. You cannot understand any human being who loves you only for love's sake. Just because that person loves you, he goes on loving because he enjoys that loving. In Sanskrit it is called avyaj, that there is no interest. Avyaj. It's just flowing. Even when it corrects you in love. And the protection of divine love is the only way you are germinating. That love gives you that warmth needed, that strength needed, that confidence needed. Everything is given to you by that divine love. So, one has to realize that it is love, and love, and love is the basis of all this creation. God has created this world, this universe, only because He loved. And He wants to bestow this blessing on you because He loves you. But how far you love yourself is the problem. How far you understand yourself is the problem. You do not evaluate yourself. And that is the reason why, though the Kundalini has risen and you have got realization, your vibrations are flowing, the growth is very slow. Because attention has been outside. And even after realization, it is outside. Sometimes it is sucked in, again it goes outside. Then we do not change our old habits at all. We go on sticking to those old habits. Our structure of life, our styles of thinking continue to be the same. Again we find ourselves lost into the same shambles. Now Sahaja Yoga gives you realization, all right. But also it gives you a long rope to hang yourself. If you do not pay heed to yourself and to your being, if you don't love yourself and understand that you are the instrument of God by which for the first time you are going to give realization to people. You are going to save people from getting drowned. And this is the first time you are made like that. This capability you never had and no human beings have, which you have got now today. Very few people had this capability. Very, very few people. But now you have got that capacity. And you do not want to evaluate yourself. How important it is. If you could realize, then you would work it out. Allow the blossoming to come up. On the contrary, I find, today because you are all Sahaja Yogis, I can talk to you like this. Normally it is about Kundalini and all that, but I find that you do not see the movements of your Kundalini. If you try to understand, she's the one who loves you the most. Because she's your individual mother. And if you try to follow her, you will see that she's suggesting where is the problem with you. What you have to correct. What you have to do. Because she wants to perfect you. She wants to help you. So if you start watching it carefully, with love, with understanding, she's very playful. Extremely sweet. Full of beautiful plays like a little child. She will tickle you here and there, call for your attention. She doesn't trouble you. You have to be just alert about her. And she really matures you. You have seen people with time how they have matured. But you have to pay attention to her and to yourself. Otherwise, what is your value without enlightenment? What is the value of a human being without enlightenment? What is the use of having human beings if they are not enlightened? What is the use of this instrument if it is not put to the means? The rest is all useless, isn't it? And it is you who have to raise the people. You have to enlighten the people. As we have some gas lights, you see. A man runs up to the gas lights to lighten them. He only has the power or capacity to do it. So he runs up the street, lightening all the gas lights. It is he who has to do. He is appointed for that. Sahajogis must realize what is their value. What have you made out of Sahajoga? How many people have you saved? How many people you have helped? Instead of your own problems are so many, and you are creating problems for others by talking, by discussing, by arguing. You cannot discuss it out. You must know. You cannot argue it out. It has to work by itself. By arguing, discussing, fussing, judging, confusing yourself, you create a problem for your Kundalini to work it out. Are you not seeking your spirit? Are you not worried about the salvation of your own spirit? If so, what are you doing about it? That's the most important thing. I think everybody realizes this. That only achieving self-realization is not the end of it. Because it's just the sprouting that has started. You have to go further. You have to have compassion for others who haven't got it as yet. You have to think about them. You have to give it to them. Work it out. Put all your minds to it. But still I find people are busy with other things. They go back into the same circle. You should be busy. I don't say that you should not do something for your living. You have to do it. This is one thing very important for us to know, that we have to work it out. We have to allow it to grow within ourselves. But if you say that, Mother, we have all faith in you, that's all. That's not sufficient. What faith do you have? What do you mean by faith? It's such a vague term. What is faith after all? Have you ever analyzed the word faith? Some people think that we have all faith in Mother. If we sing her praise, finished. For that one has to reach a certain stage, like Adi Shankaracharya had reached. Have you got faith in yourself is the point. Who is having faith in me is the one who has no faith in oneself. You have to have faith in yourself and in all your fellow beings. All these other Sahajogis. I've already told you that Sahajoga is not going to work out individually. Anybody who thinks that I'm something greater than the others is a gone case. Nobody should work Sahajoga for oneself in that way. You have to work collectively for every one of them. Any one of you who thinks that you have something higher than the others have, you are sadly mistaken. It's like one eye saying that I'm higher than the other, or one nose saying I'm higher than the eyes. Everything has its own place in the body of Virat. And everybody is so important as well as dispensable. You know what happens in Sahajoga, very common in India, not so much here. Indians do this way. They have certain very good points, like whenever I go, I find them very much matured and very much developed. because they are not such thinkers as you are. You are great thinkers, visionaries, intellectuals, you see. And I was thinking all the intellectuals will be developing a horn here like this after some time. And when you'll see them, you'll know that these intellectuals who are denouncing God and denouncing all his ways, they are not intellectuals, I would say, to that extent. But they fail in certain things, while you fail in certain things. They always had this kind of a thing that somebody came up like a one man. He said, no, I'm something great. You see, then he says, I'm this, I'm that. Goes on with this kind of a harping. And he shows down other people. And then suddenly, such a person is brought down. And the people are shocked. Mother, what happened? You cannot, you see, if you have to even pull a dead carpet like that, you cannot pull one side of it. You have to carry the whole. Only one person cannot shoot off in the whole game. Now you take my position. Yes, I know I have all the powers. Everything is there, of course. I'm supposed to be much higher and all that. Supposed to be, I should say. But confronting you, I have to come down. I have to fight the way with you up the hill. Every step we have to go together hand in hand. You know that. Some chakras are catching, all right, so I put my chakra into play. It works out. It works out that way. But you know that how much I have to struggle. How much I have to work hard. It's a task, giving realization. My Kundalini doesn't need anything. You know that. But still she has to carry your heavy Kundalini on herself and raise it. It's a very heavy thing. Only a person of real love can do that. That's the only criteria. The one who does not have love cannot do it. It is too much a thing to do. The whole body vibrating, every center vibrating. It's not easy. But it's just the love, the compassion between you and me, which suits me. Which covers all the tasks and the labor and the thing that I have to put in. And sometimes it's such a wasteful thing I feel about some people. It is such a waste with them. But still, the love that has brought us together gives that soothing feeling. And you feel so cheerful every morning you get up with a new fragrance within yourself, feeling so happy about it. So be careful. In dealing with people, you have to deal with love. Not with criticism or in any way showing them down in any way. When you are not any way higher than anyone, then there is no reason it should be done like that. If you are getting any way higher, you are helping the collective being. But in that, if you are feeling that you are higher than others, you are again coming down because you are pulling down the collective being. If you put down anyone or condemn anyone like that, then you are putting down that person. And you should not also correct, because I am there to correct. It's not easy to correct others. You may hurt them. You don't know even the ways of correcting people. Unless and until you have those powerful vibrations which are emitting from your being, just love, then you can do it. Because of a ego-oriented society, we are very good at hurting others. We dominate others. We don't even know that we are dominating others. There's so many ways I've learned in this country we have by which we dominate in a very subtle way. We talk to people in such a way that we are dominating them. Do we ever think, sit down, how are we going to talk to others, suggesting our love to them? I'll tell you again and again that Sahaja Yoga is nothing but love, love, love. How much you love others is the main point. Despising, criticizing is not good. Yesterday you were just the same, today you are better off. They are going to be better off still. Of course, some people who are very heavy, who are very troublesome, you should tell them plainly that, sorry sir, you are very negative, we can't bear you. There are some cunning people also who may come in and try to trouble you. To a point is all right, then you have to tell them off that we are sorry. But even to judge whether a person is negative or what sort of a thing he is doing, you are just thinking about it. You are rationalizing, not through rationality, but through vibrations. Because rationality, a person may appear to be a very nice person, maybe, or a lady coming in. See, and the lady will be a terrible stuff. So how much you meditate means how much you love. When you think of others, think how much you love them. Just try to think how beautiful it is. If it is not love, it is hatred. It's like a scorching heat, you see, which will completely take away all the beauty, the smoothness of your heart. Only through love, Sahaja Yoga is going to spread. All these years, you have seen the powers of hatred. You have seen how people hate, how they talk about each other, how they treat each other. There's no tenderness about them. There's no kindness about them. How sharp they are with each other. You have to change all that now. We have to create a world of people who love each other for nothing. Not for money, not for positions, not for beauty, not for sex. Only for love's sake. Only because you have been blessed by love. From next time, we'll be advertising, and there will be many more coming who are new people to Sahaja Yoga. And I'm sure it is going to increase. But I have told you that all of you must find out how many people you can bring in yourself and work out. I must say, Jim has done a good job, very good job. I'm very proud of him. He's gone and done such a lot of things. And single-handed, he has worked it out, fighting such a horrible monster there. But he's done it. All of you must support him and also such people who want to do something. Put your mind to something like that. All the time we are thinking about jobs, this, that, that. This is a very precious time which should not be lost. All our lives we have done jobs, earning money, marrying, having children and dying. This lifetime, let us do something special for which this whole universe was created. Open the gates of heavens for the rest of the people. You have to be assiduous. There's no compulsion in Sahaja Yoga, you know that very well. There's no timing for it. There's no forcing for it. because I say it is love. If you do not want to do it, nobody is going to force you. But as I said, Sahaja Yoga gives a very long rope to hang yourself, till you go into illusions completely, and you wouldn't even know that you have lost all your vibrations. It is to that extent. If we have entered into something which was unprecedented, we have to take the ways which are unprecedented. You cannot go about with the ways that you have had before. You have to change your methods. Judge every action of yours through love. How much sacrifice you can make for others? What can you sacrifice for others? What service can you do for others? Sahaja Yogis, I am saying. There is no sacrifice in it. If you see it, what is the sacrifice? It is love. If you love someone and you want to take, say, a rose for a person, and you go to the market, with great difficulty you get the rose. When you get it, you feel happy. But then you get the thorn in the finger. Still you don't mind. It's bleeding, doesn't matter. Then you are just waiting to see the person there. And when you see the person, you forget all that is gone in between. And you give that rose just to express yourself symbolically. And how happy you feel that you have been able to give that rose to that person. This we do every day in our life. But in Sahaja Yoga, you do it without even knowing it. It's happening. You are transmitters. Everywhere you are sitting in meditation, you are transmitting vibrations. Do you know that? At that time, if you are thinking, say, of your jobs and your other things which you have been thinking before, the transmission is poorer. Think of love. Think of the whole country. Think of the whole world at that time. You are transmitters of these waves of love. And love will flow from you. I told you once that you are made in the form of Ganesha. And that's what you have to do. You know there are vibrations from you coming out. You are sending vibrations out, you know that. That means you are like any deity which is thrown out of the mother's, earth's womb. And a big temple is raised. And thousands of people go to worship that. And they say it is a temple of a Jagrut Devta. Means a person, Jagrut means enlightened, awakened. And that's just a stone that comes out. And people build a temple on top of that and go there and worship that. While there are so many already sitting here, so many Jagrut, realized souls. These are living, these are moving, these are understanding. They maneuver. The stones only emit vibrations to clear the atmosphere. But you can raise the Kundalini. They cannot raise the Kundalini. You can. And what are you doing about it? Such a precious thing you have got. What are you doing about it? Is it because there is no business with it that we are taking it slowly? Supposing it's an enterprise, then everybody would be up and doing, is it? We have to change our ways and methods of understanding. The reward of God is thousandfold than any enterprise can bestow upon you. When He blesses you, You wouldn't even have words to thank him. To that extent he goes. Are we depending on him or on our own old ways? We have to change very much. We have to transform ourselves into a new style of thinking. It is very, very important. I hope you'll think about it, what I have talked to you today. Don't take to life which has not brought any happiness to you. You have your friends who are Sahaja Yogis. Change your friends. Change your methods of life. You will enjoy much more. This is for you to understand about yourself and about the importance of Sahaja Yoga is. Unless and until it is an enterprise, nobody takes it up seriously. This is the style of Western thinking. It has to be, whether it is hocus pocus or real enterprise, doesn't matter. As long as there is money exchanges, everybody is up and doing. But when it comes to Sahaja Yoga, they have no time even to meditate. Because we have not yet loved, we have not felt that love within ourselves. I wish you could all feel that depth of love. Then you would go all out to work it out for yourself and for others. I would like to have some questions from you, Sahaja Yogis, if possible. And somebody should try to give him. He can get it in no time, realization. ऐसे हाथ रखिएगा सदा इस तरह से. Is there any question? Ask me. Anything practical. Because we have very few new people today, we can just have a very nice chat.
Will you explain to me about sometimes when people say if you put your legs out like that, it's not good and you should have them underneath. What's wrong? I mean, if it's not a kind of a sexual tantalization or something, what's wrong with having your legs just stretching out in front of you?
In front of me. Will you do to the Queen? No. What I'm saying, will you do to the Queen of England?
No,
feet
I
like.
mean if you're alone or whatever.
Huh?
I don't mean if somebody is there.
Before my photograph. Will you spit at the... No. What I'm saying, if your Queen's photograph is there, will you spit at her?
Is that a spit?
Yes, it is. It is an insult. Putting your feet towards somebody is an insult. It's a common thing.
Is it only a custom of India?
No, it is a custom everywhere in the whole world. You have lost all your traditions. Doesn't mean that there were no such traditions of putting up your feet on somebody. Imagine somebody coming down to see you. Somebody whom you have to respect. You put your feet up. I mean, anybody can understand. Even a child understands this. You see, the sense of our respect has come to us from inside, not from outside. It's not rationality. It has come to us from our unconscious. We know how we respect. Say, somebody would say that, what's wrong in talking like this to someone? You see, supposing somebody says, now you know that even a child knows, if he's talking to elders, he'll put down his head. But here, you see, everybody is so abnormal, you don't know how to do everything, because everything is rationalized, you see. Tomorrow you might say, what's wrong if I stand on my head? I mean, do it. But that's not the way. There are certain normal ways of protocol of praying. How do you pray in the church? Imagine in the church you go and sit with both your feet towards the priest. What will he say? Put down your feet. These things are innate within us. Human beings know already lots of things. They are not animals. They know lots of things already. You don't know how many things are built in you. In a very beautiful way in your understanding as a human being, you know so many things. Nowhere in the world you will find anybody putting up their feet before anyone whom you respect. It's not a sign of respect. There's no question of India or anything. Only thing in India, people have yet preserved all their sense of respect. In other places, they have so rationalized and so ego-oriented that they have no respect for anyone whatsoever.
So you take it only as a sign of respect. Supposing that somebody is sitting alone and they don't have your picture and they don't have anything, but they just like to stretch their legs.
And then it's all right. I mean, you see, it is.
Somebody said that if you sit with your legs out, it's creating some bad energy or something. That's why I wanted to check.
No, not that way. Not losing energy. I was just thinking about stressing the feet before somebody whom you respect. Say my photograph is there or I'm there. Now you respect me, isn't it? Then you would not like to sit with the feet. That's what I'm trying to say. But you see, losing energy and all that is not there at all. Who told you that? That's not, you sleep like that. You don't sleep with the feet on the ground. How can it be? If anybody says that, you should not take it for granted. You see, I think that all this is not so important also. When you sleep, how do you sleep? I mean, it is so simple and natural. You know, this is what's happening with rationality. See, very simple things become so funny that I don't know what to say. That's why I said a horn will be growing from here. All of you intellectuals will be having a big horn coming out. So people will know, all right, we know these people. Nobody will face them. You see, it is so simple. Because they are so complicated, all simple things look so horrid. It's a question of respect. And it's a question of, if you are sleeping, of course, you stretch your feet like that, straight, it's all right. While you sit down, you can sit like that. There's no harm. You need not be cross-legged all the time. It's not necessary. If you are doing some sort of a exercise or something, you can be like that. But everything now, say, for example, you have got hands. Now, this is for many purposes, all right? It is for taking vibrations. It is for eating. It is for scratching. Now, if you are eating, at that time if you want to scratch, now what to do? It's a question like that. See, whatever you have to do, you do at that right time with the way you want to do. If you need your feet for something, running, you should run. When you have to sit down, you should sit down. When you have to sleep, you must sleep. I mean, this is normal. Sahaja Yogis does not mean that you should cut your noses. No, it doesn't mean that. It means you have to be more beautiful. It doesn't matter. You see, even if you bend 10 times. But it does matter if you pull back yourself, even once. Doesn't matter. To be humble, to be more humble and more humble is so sweet and good. You see, makes you more cultured, more harmonious and beautiful.
I have a problem.
What's it?
I've been, in my humble way, devoted myself to the spiritual realization of myself. I adopted meditation. I've been doing it the last number of years. I realized that state at certain occasions when I feel myself highly elevated from this material world. A feeling of bliss, absolute peace, happiness and joy. And I see the spirit which I concentrate upon in a very glorious golden way, in a golden way. That state continues for some time, but it doesn't stay for a long time, for a long number of days. After a short time, again I find, I come down. And this goes like a curve, And when I find that from the high summit I have come down, I feel a little bit disturbed why it is happening. And I have found that the more I detach myself from my family, from my work, from my friends, from other things, the lighter I feel, and the greater number of meditation, the greater number of peace I get through the meditation. Now the present stage is this. About 1 year ago, when I would see a beautiful girl, a beautiful lady, I would remain restless perhaps for a week or for 2 days, 3 days or something like that. When I learned about Patanjali's yoga.
What yoga is this? What yoga you are doing?
Now, I'm just saying that now I'm perfectly alright.
What was that you did? What yoga did you do?
Well, as a matter of fact, I'm not following any yoga as such, but I have studied Patanjali.
Patanjali. All right.
And then when I meditate on that, now the result is this, that attraction which I used to have some time back is eliminated. But still, I do find a struggle within myself to maintain that state of mind, which gives me a lot of bliss. But that moments disappear, and then again I revert to that position. That is my personal problem. I think I have tried to be very open.
Yes, that's correct. All right. Now the first thing, where is what chakras are catching? That's it. Now see, to do Patanjali was a mistake in the very beginning. As a mother, I must tell you frankly, all right? Because Patanjali cannot be done unless and until you have some realized guru behind it. If you start doing it, it is unauthorized. See, it is an unauthorized thing to do. Like supposing I'm not a, say, policeman, all right, and I start behaving like a policeman, I'll be arrested. In the same way, you did it in an unauthorized way. By doing it in an unauthorized way, you see, you have started in the wrong direction altogether. The direction was wrong. And the bliss and all that you get it is not the bliss that we are talking about. That's a bliss one gets when you see shirk responsibility, you can get it. You see, if you can get out of your family and children and all that, one can feel blissful if he thinks that it is having a sort of a pressure on you or a kind of a attachment or something. But in Sahaja Yoga, what happens is that you become a personality when you are in the drama, but you are just seeing it. You become a Sakshi. That should happen. That's the reality. That's how it should happen. Once it happens to you, then you will just start seeing the whole thing as a drama. You understand? काय म्हणता? What is he saying? Huh? He is getting. Yes, he is a realized soul. Yes, he got realization. He got it. What about this gentleman? Yeah. In front of you, Marcus? So it should happen in the most natural way, in a spontaneous way. And God has given you that Ankura, which is called as Kundalini, which of course, you know, Kabira and all these people have talked about. But it is a Sahaja method. It just happens to you with a realized soul only. You cannot do it yourself. If you try to do it, you will be making a mistake. And that's what has happened in you. So now we have to completely sort of neutralize the effects of that. And then we'll raise your Kundalini, by which you will get your realization, by which gradually you'll get your vibrations, and you'll start understanding. All right? So you just now forget about that, what you have done it, and it's going to work out. Then it's a permanent thing. What about his vibration, Marcus? Huh? Left or right? You got your realization, is it? I'm asking you. Is it all right? There's a catch on the left, is it? Are you feeling something? You get what? Anybody who has any problems about chakras? Any one of the surgeries? Kuli, let me have some water. Anybody? So I'll have some water. Anybody who has any problem about their own chakras, please ask me. You see, because next time we'll be having lots of people here and then we won't be able to talk. So better ask me about it. Dinesh, what is your problem? Agya. I can see that clearly from here. You have to forgive people. Do you understand that? Forgive and forgive. What about her vibrations? I'll just see.
I'm not feeling very much.
You have not been?
Not been feeling very much.
All right. But have you been practicing?
I practiced and then I stopped practicing for a little while.
Why?
Um,
Now, what have you been practicing? Did you take vibrations and did you cleanse yourself?
I was in the foot bath.
Foot bath you.
I didn't know whether to use it in the morning or the evening.
Anytime, evening is better. So, what is it then?
Sorry?
What, you are not feeling anything in your hand?
Now I am, yes, tingling.
In which fingers are you feeling the tingling?
In
Most of them.
yes.
Oh God. So, where have you been before coming to me? To what group you have been?
I got a friend called Douglas Hyde.
Hmm. What does he do?
He talks about seeing into your original face.
What does he say?
Your original face. Like Zen.
Zen.
Yeah.
But he is not a realized soul. You see, this is Zen. What else am I teaching here? Do you realize? Sahaja Yoga is nothing else but Zen. Simple Zen. Unless and until you are realized, how are you going to see into the original? How are you going to penetrate into that? This is simple Zen, I am telling. So what is he doing here? Your friend? He has got a class or something?
No, he's just a friend.
So what?
He writes and teaches.
What is self-writing without understanding? You cannot copy Zen. You have to be there. See, there were only 26 Kashyapas in the 6 centuries there. Kashyapas means realized souls, you see, in the Zen system so far. And now we have so many of them here. So this is Zen, nothing else but Zen. You must understand. Namaste. You tell him to come and see me sometimes. You see, this is all artificial. You cannot copy people. You have to get it. You understand my point?
But I'm not sure whether it was him that caused me to have problems.
What is it?
But at one time I was in hospital with that several times.
Yes. You have been.
Yes.
No, that's true. But what I'm saying that for that you should take your treatment. All right? We have some treatments here. Do you know what we give for that?
Is that the line?
Yes. Did you bring that?
I did, yes.
You did once?
Did it just over 2 times.
All right. Now, both the hands you are getting the tingling or one hand? आपके कुछ tingling हो रहा है हाथ में?
Vibration, yes.
आ रहा है? No, but that's
At
easy.
one moment I felt very strong
हाँ.
from both the palms.
It will be gradually be settling down. See, it has to settle down within you. It's come with you, is it?
Yeah, it came with me and I encouraged it to come.
All right, just see his vibrations. You said see yourself. It will be a good idea. Left side is very weak. All right. Now, what about you? Both the hands or left hand?
Changes very fast.
Where?
And now I feel day on the left a little, but only very little.
So I'm sitting here, you see. Changing very fast. Give a realization to Suman, who is in the corner there. You're getting?
No.
You haven't got as yet?
No, and I've been several times. I've been coming since you first started.
Ah, I never knew. Really?
Get a little tingling, but that's it.
You been to some tea? No? Come. Let's see. Come on my feet. Yes, I know you've been many times.
Been several times.
Yes, but what's the matter?
I don't know.
Huh?
It's just me.
Single down. Put your hands down below. On the thing. Yes, please. Come forward. Let's see what is she catching.
I'm just hopeless, I think.
Hello. Philippa, you are going to Ireland.
Yes, Mum.
Did you take the address of...
Michael?
Huh?
Michael? Yes, I don't know it in fact. He's in Dublin. He's quite far.
No, he was here.
No, I know, but he's gone. He's going to
Oh.
Dublin. I'm quite far from Dublin.
Oh, I see.
But in fact, he's coming back quite soon.
Yes, up to 10. But his mother is there.
Yeah.
See her. What's the matter with this lady? His heart. Hold your breath a little. How is he?
He's got it.
Huh?
He's got it.
He's got it, I think so. Yeah. आँख बंद करिए आप. आपके पिताजी को भी कराइए. उनके साथ तो. अरे दिनेश, did you write to your father and find out how are his vibrations?
No.
You see, what he was so sweet. He told me, will you tell Dinesh that I have got my realization? So you write to him back saying that Mataji has told me I am very happy about it. Now how to maintain it? So you send a photograph and take interest, he'll be very happy.
Right.
He told me that he wanted to take to religious life. He went to Himalayas, also wanted to take sannyasa and everything.
He can't stick to it.
Huh?
He doesn't stick to it.
No, he would. You see, the thing is, you have to tell him to change his pattern a little bit, he'll be alright. He's very good, otherwise a very good person. A good man, intrinsically. Huh?
He's got very bad right Vishuddhi. He smokes.
Huh?
Smokes, so the right Vishuddhi is hard. And that's what he's done.
Right Swadhisthana.
Yeah.
You see, the smoking gives you left Swadhisthana. Just imagine.
Why is that like? Lots.
Yes.
He also went to this Anandamai.
Really? But he didn't believe in her, did you?
No, he didn't.
Very sorry. But maybe because of her left Swadhisthana.
Ah.
Give her a bandhan. I don't know how Dinesh discovered that it was all wrong. Very sensible.
He seemed to.
No, but very, very discriminating. I mean, I must say. They are so much impressed by her. Just can't talk to her. And what they told me about her, that she just talks about something abstract. She doesn't talk about science, nothing. So that's why we like her. It's absurd, isn't it? If the divine is not related to life, what's the use of such a divine also? Right or left?
Yeah.
What do you feel guilty about now? Just don't feel guilty, huh? It is also right now. Right now, here also she has. It's better now. Are you better now? What is her? Douglas, just see her vibration. Left?
Yes,
You've been to some spiritualist? No? Sure? Put your right hand on your heart. Right hand on your heart, yes. All right. Are you better now? I think you should not share, both of you. You sit apart. Very much apart. Give him a bandhan. No, where is she?
Come here.
Huh?
Come here.
Agya. Did you see, Peter, what he has done? The newspaper.
didn't come out, the article didn't come out yesterday. Which article?
No. Just now show him. Ravin has got. Just see. You must see, Marcus. You must see that. It's beautiful done. Very systematic. You work on him, Sebastian. Come, work on him. Here. Yeah. What's your name? Nicholas.
Okay.
Yeah, just come. It's only you can do it. What is it? Nothing. Still left? All right now? What is that thing you're wearing in the neck?
It's from my husband.
Huh? What's it?
It's a present from a husband.
Just let me have. Present from your husband. The black should not be there.
Black thing should
What does he do, your husband? Yeah? Still not very sure. How are you? All right, sit down. Left heart. Now, better now. Funny combination, the right heart. Huh? Right heart. Funny combination. Started. Now. Not done. Done? Now, not yet. Now, it's moving up and now. Come now, now you ask her, you stand up, okay? Not yet, stand up. Now, it's cool down, but still. Now, you ask a question now. Mother, are you the embodiment of Holy Ghost?
Are you the incarnate of the Holy Ghost?
Are you the incarnation of the Holy Ghost?
Are you the incarnation of the Holy Ghost?
Again.
Are you the incarnation of the Holy Ghost?
Okay, now see? The answer has come. Again answer. Mother, are you the incarnation of the Holy Ghost?
Mother, are you the incarnation of the Holy Ghost?
See? It's coming now?
It's like
better now. See? So believe in it now. You have to recognize. Alright? Yes, I know, but It is to be recognized. It's a very big deal.
Might take a long time for me.
Just accept. Don't accept it. Don't only work out because it's a fact. You see, this is in these modern times. This is the only way. So you must recognize now. If you do not recognize, you will not be saved. Last judgment. Good. See. May God bless you. She started with the Holy Ghost. Huh?
It's working better. Only
Now what's it?
Mother, how do you felt?
You never felt it. All right, just stand up.
Should I stand up?
Yes, you just stand. She'll go up there.
Ma, I miss you.
Now, you ask me a question. Mother, are you the incarnation of Holy Ghost?
Mother, are you the incarnation of the Holy Ghost?
Again.
Mother, are you the incarnation of the Holy Ghost?
And watch me here and ask again.
Mother, are you the incarnation of the Holy Ghost?
Anna. Been to some guru or somebody?
I did see him many months ago, but I haven't done it, about 6 months.
Who was the mantra? What was the mantra?
Kirin.
Huh?
Kirin.
Giving.
Like keyring, but kiring.
No, देखो तो. Ki-ring.
Kiring.
Kikring.
Like ki, kiring.
Kikring.
Kiring.
Kiring.
Kiring, yes.
Kiring. हम साक्षात निर्मला विद्या 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 हम साक्षात निर्मला विद्या. हम साक्षात महाकाली 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 हम साक्षात. हाँ. Feeling cool breeze? Are you feeling any cool breeze?
Yeah, there is a little on that.
हम साक्षात श्री गणेश हम साक्षात श्री गणेश हम साक्षात श्री गणेश साक्षात महाकाली हम साक्षात महाकाली हम साक्षात महाकाली हम साक्षात महाकाली. हाँ.
Still he is now.
साक्षात शिवा हम साक्षात पार्वती हम साक्षात शिवा हम साक्षात पार्वती हम साक्षात शिवा हम साक्षात पार्वती. हाँ. हाँ. हाँ, कसं काय तुमची तब्येत कशी आहे?
काय
पायाखाली हात घाला.
ब्रेकडाऊन आहे.
हाँ.
नर्वसनेस वाटते.
Yes. Ah, she's got it. All right? Now you got it now? See. Yes. Now you say, Mother, you are the Holy Ghost.
Mother, you are the Holy Ghost.
Again.
Mother, you are the Holy Ghost.
उदास वाटते माता.
Oh. Good. Now you got it. May God bless you. All right? It's good. हाँ. हाँ. काय आहे? थोडाशे बसा इकडे. थोडी क्षमा मागायला पाहिजे. आई काही चुकलं असेल तर आम्हाला क्षमा करा म्हणून असं हात जोडू.
आहे काही चुकलं क्षमा करा.
परत एकदा.
आहे चुकलं असेल ते क्षमा करा.
परत एकदा.
आहे चुकलं असेल ते क्षमा करा.
All right? बरं वाटतंय आता? हात असं करा. No, where is he? Sit. In from my heart. Back. Here, little high. अरे बसले राहा थोडेसे. हां असं करा. उजवा हात तिकडे ठेवा तिच्या दिवावर, दिव्याच्या जवळ. एक हात माझ्याकडे. नाही तसं नाही, दिव्यावर ना असं ठेवा. हां आणि हा माझ्याकडे असा करा. पायाखाली ठेवा वाटलं तर. पुट इट नियर द कॅन्डल. जळेल असं नाही. हां असं राहू दे. From here, please. Can you give? Okay. है ना?
कल रात को I just left her heart very bad.
अच्छा?
Terrific.
घर में कोई होगा? Alone? दिन में कहीं गए होंगे. Must have met someone. You're thinking of someone. He's all right. हाथ रखने. Right. Ask him to put his hand on the. You have to say Shuddha Vidya. Then Prasada Nirmal Vidya on the right Swadhisthana, and left Swadhisthana. I mean, yes. And just tell him to. You just say Nirmal Vidya. Yes, you say Nirmala Vidya. You see, Nirmal Vidya. Om Tvameva Saksha. थोडी वर हात ठेवा लाईटकडे. वरती ठेवा थोडं. हां असं. इज इट बेटर ना? There's a bang on the right navi. All right. He's all right.
Yes.
Very good. काय बरं आहे का?
हो बरं वाटतं. इथे बरं वाटतं. बाहेर गेलं म्हटलं म्हणजे पुन्हा त्याचं
दारू तर घेत नाही आता?
नाही, एखाद्या वेळेस घेत
ना. आता बघी नको ते घरातल्या बाटल्या फेका, तिच्यातच भूत आहेत.
अजून
बाटल्याच फेकून टाकल्या पाहिजे. घरात ठेवूच नका, ते भूत असतं नुसतं. त्याने धरतं. ते धरतात तुम्हाला भूत घरी गेले की. आता बरं झालं बघा, अगदी आराम आलाय.
हो इथे बरं वाटतं.
मग काय होतं की ते भूत धरतात ना, ते फेकूनच टाकायचं. म्हणून आल्या नाहीत मिसेस मुलांनी?
येणार होत्या पण ते घरी पाहुणे आहेत, दुसऱ्या टाइमला येतील.
बरं, पुढच्या सोमवारी या मग. आता बरं आहे तुम्हाला? उठा. चांगलं वाटलं आता? हलकं वाटलं ना? आता ते फेकून टाका दारू बिरूचं काय असेल ते. बरं का? हां अगदी फेकून टाका. कशाला घ्यायचं एकदा तरी? घाणेरडी वस्तू आहे. Now come along, I'll see. Just come on my feet, alright? Both your hands, just put them on my. Just put your head down there. Could you push this back a little? Just a minute. I think I should focus it. Now, you bring the thing on your side. on saying, I'm not guilty, mother. I'm not guilty. Just go. Now, how is it? All right? Good. Huh? All right. Let me see. Where is it hurting you?
Just
Turn down.
Well, I have something to tell you.
Huh?
I'm expecting another baby.
Acha, good. What about your own sister, Jane?
Jane? I don't know.
You better tell her. Jane, you have to have children. What's this? Your sister is having all the children which you never see. At least you have some children now. All right? I'm expecting some nice, realized souls to come. What's that? For whom? For him? Good idea. It's good. Are you all right now? What's your name? What's it?
Jean.
Jean? Jean. Good. How are you?
हमारा जीन का
हाँ?
हमारे हिंदी में जीन का मतलब क्या?
Jean. Left Vishuddhi. Really? You should say Tvameva Sakshat Nirmala Vidya. Sakshat.
What does it mean?
Nirmala is pure. Vidya is the art. You see, the art. Vidya is knowledge. Pure knowledge. Pure knowledge. You see, knowledge is after you are realized, then you get the knowledge, isn't it?
Yes, well, yes.
That's it. You are the embodiment of pure knowledge. And the technique, you see. Come along. No, come this side. Come this side. Sit down. Now she's all right, is she? Has she got? She's got it right. She's got it right. Put your hands like this. She's very good.
Maggie, she's so relaxed and I float away, my hands turn like that.
Yes, it is very relaxed. How is John now? How is John? How are you, John, now? Better? Feeling the cool? Not yet. Raise his kundalini. You watch here. Watch here. Now, how did you get into this trouble? Going to the hospital. What happened? You had some shocks in life? What happened? What upset you so much? You don't know. Didn't go to any guru or anyone.
Once upon a time I smoked hashish
Rajneesh.
Hashish.
Hashish is the same as Rajni.
Your mother's sick.
Hashish you did. That's all.
Your mother's good. She gets nervous sometimes.
Hmm?
His mother's not so well.
Huh?
His mother is not so well.
Mother is not all right.
She's bad temper.
But all mothers are. They have to be. I am also, is it? So I am not because of certain things, but one should be a little bit. And that's my weak point, I think.
Yes.
But I'm not. Okay. इसको बहुत हार्ड ask for forgiveness. Open your eyes and just watch here and say,
Mother, please forgive me.
Okay.
Mother, please forgive me. Please forgive me. Mother, 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 please forgive me.
Sinus. Did you try that?
I haven't had an opportunity yet.
Try it a bit. 10 days continuously. Clear out. Without putting the ghee is also very Is she alright? Regis, just come and help you. Left to the right. Is she alright? Esther, how are you? Come. Marcus and all of you come, I must check you again. All from TN people, do come in.
Left off.
Huh?
Left off.
Left heart. Okay. Ask for forgiveness.
Mother, please forgive me. Mother, please
Yeah,
forgive
okay,
me.
fine.
Mother, please forgive me. Mother, please forgive me. Mother, please forgive me. Mother, please forgive me.
Yeah, better.